Okay, so I have Illustrator open and I just selected a generic place to start. It's just a blank canvas, nothing special about it. So what I'm actually going to do is go up to the top and I'm going to select Object. Then I'm going to go down to Pattern and then I'm going to click on Make. So now it says the new pattern has been added to the swatches panel, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK. So now you see this box comes up. This is going to be where you're going to create your tile that you want in your pattern. So I'm actually going to go over here to the blob brush tool just to kind of start putting some stuff in my box here. Now, as you notice, it automatically opened up the pattern options dialog box, which is perfect, and we'll play with that here in a minute. But I wanted to show you the benefits of creating your pattern in this screen, because you have your tile right here, and now whatever you put in this tile, it's automatically going to show you how the pattern is going to come out. So right now I'm just kind of playing with it, and I'm just sort of demonstrating what it's going to look like. So this actually creates the seamless pattern for you as you're in here. So you can even start something on one side and finish it on the other. And it just creates that seamless pattern for you. Okay. And then over here in your pattern options, you can change how this is going to appear, how that tile is going to repeat. So in the tile type right now, it has just the standard grid, so you can see that it's the same pattern, just stacked on top of each other, both horizontal and vertically. Okay, or you can change it to brick by row, which is going to shift everything over, but you're still going to have that same stacking horizontally. Or you can do brick by column, which completely changes the look of your pattern again, and shifts it vertically instead of horizontally this time. Or you can do hex by column, which once again completely changes the way your pattern looks. So you can kind of play with it and see what you like and what you don't like. You can also hit this little lock button to maintain your height and width. And then you can change the height and stuff in here to play with the spacing within your pattern, which once again completely changes the look of your pattern. So you can just kind of play with it and see what you like best. And I mean, all of them make it look very different. So it really just depends on what your end goal is. And you can also change it to size the tile to the art. So this actually changes how close everything is. And see, now where I had those two lines connecting, they're no longer connecting, and the circles are no longer on top of each other. Or you can uncheck that, of course, again, and then change, but then you'll have to change the height and the width back to that 100 that it was. So you might want to just make sure that you pay attention to what these numbers were before you play with that too much. Okay. You can also change the overlap. So if you want there to be some overlap, or if you don't want there to be overlap on your tiles, it just depends on the look that you're going for. And you can also show the swatch bounds, which, I mean, we kind of want to be able to see that, at least when you're kind of playing with it and drawing in there. So then you can also click the selection tool at the top on your left hand side, and then you can save a copy of this, or you can just select done. You might want to actually name your pattern. So I kind of actually think this kind of looks like a cartoon cat, so I'm just going to name it that. Cartoon cat. So I've got it, I have a name, I'm just going to select done. Now you're like, oh no, it's gone, how do I access it? So it's actually going to be in your swatches panel just like it told you it was. So over here, if I hover over it, you can see it says cartoon cat right there. So if I click on that, let's say I want to fill a rectangle with that. If I have that swatch selected right now. So if I just draw a box in here and let go, it's automatically going to fill it with my pattern. And so you can see that it's in there. Or I'm going to Control Z to undo. So let's say I don't have that selected and I'm going to draw a regular rectangle. Okay, so I can also fill it with that. So if I want to do the selection tool, once again I can go back over here to my swatches, just click on it once, and then it pulls in my pattern for me. Now if you double click on this, that's going to bring back open the pattern options menu. So here you can change your grid type and that sort of thing. So maybe you wanted to have this have a couple of different looks. So that way you have one that's the brick by row and one that's the regular grid. So you can have 1 and 2. So then you're going to save a copy. You hit done. Well, that actually didn't save a copy for me. So now I just renamed it completely. But I mean that's fine. I should have saved the copy first and then change the name of the copy, but you can still change it back because all I did was just change it from a grid to a brick by row, so not a major change by any means. Okay, so then you can also exit out of there and you still have your rectangle with your filled pattern in here. So now let's say that we'll go back into your pattern options, that you want just to get this swatch. Okay, so you just want an example of just the swatch. So right now it says this swatch is, the width is 100 points by 100 points. Okay, so I'm going to get out of there. I want to draw another rectangle. Okay, and so you can see when I'm dragging it, it shows me what my width and height are. So right now I've almost got, it's probably going to be too hard for me to do exactly, but I can get it almost, get really close. Okay, so then this is going to have my basic pattern in there, and I can actually go back to the selection tool. And see if I drag this open, it's going to change what part of the pattern I see. So I can adjust this. So I can see whatever part of the pattern I want. And then right there, that is my original swatch, essentially. I mean, it's a little bit taller than my original swatch. But that's basically it. This is the tile pattern that everything stems from right there. Okay, so then you can, I would always recommend saving anything as the native file, but then also if you want to export it, so you can go down to, you go up to File and then hit Export, and then you can export as, and you can do, there's several different file types in here that you can do. SVG is going to be a good vector file. If you want to do it that way, you can save it as an SVG. Make sure that you name it whatever you want it to be and save it wherever you want it to be, and then hit export. And you're going to get a dialog box that comes up. You're going to get some stuff that you can change your decimals if you want. Okay, and so you can just hit OK. Make sure that those are all the settings that you want to have. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that way you are up to date with all the other videos that I create. And I will talk to y'all in the next video.